Hey, welcome in everybody. In this video, I am going to create the front, the top, and the right side view for the tool holder project 4.6. So the first thing it asks you to do is to download the Imperial prototype drawing. So I have that, and I can share that with y'all if you don't have it. But so once you download it, you open it up. The first thing you want to do is you want to save this as, I'm going to save this as tool holder. Hit save here. And then I'm going to start by creating some layers. Oh, first, before I do that, let me set the units. The units is going to be decimal, which it already is, but the precision, I need to change that to 3 decimal places here. Hit OK. We're already in the model tab, and the textile is already going to be on Arial, but let me just double check this anyway. So under the textile, yeah, we are, it's already set to Arial, so I'm just going to cancel out of this. So now we can start by creating some layers here. So I'm going to go to layer properties. I'm going to go to new. I want to name this first one visible, and it's going to be red. Continuous, the line weight, I think it's just like on the previous one. So the line weight is going to be 0.6 millimeters. And then I'm going to create a hidden layer. Name this hidden. The color is going to be blue. And the line type is not going to be continuous. We're going to need load. We're going to scroll down to where you see a hidden layer, which is this first one. I'm going to click OK. I'm also going to load a center layer. I'm going to need that on the next one. So for my hidden layer, I want it to be, I must select this hidden and then go to OK. So now we have our hidden layer with a hidden line type. Our line weight is just going to be the default here. And then while I'm here, no, let me do that. Let me create a new layer here. This one is going to be center. The color of that is going to be green. It's going to be a center layer. And then the line weight is default. Then we're going to create a text layer. And it's going to be magenta for that. Not blue, magenta. And it's going to be continuous. Where are we at? So not center. I want to make this continuous. And it's going to have a default line weight. So I'm going to double left click on the visible layer to make that the current layer. And then I'm going to click on the X to get out of this layer properties box. And then we're going to start by creating our front view of our tool holder. So I'm going to go up to line. I'm going to make sure my ortho is selected and my object snaps is on. So I'm going to just wait, before I do that, I'm trying to get ahead of myself. I think what I want you to do is make sure you turn on the miter box layer. So click that little light bulb there. It says begin lower left corner of the front view here. Yeah, okay, so it's very faint, but I'm gonna start my line on this corner. And I'm gonna drag it out to the right by a total of 7. I'm going to go straight up by, let's see, what should that be? Oh, 2.75. Back over to the left by 7. Here I can just type in C for close. Type in C, press enter. So that kind of ends where we start. And then I can offset a distance of 1 this bottom line up. I can also offset this top line down. Hit the escape key. I can offset by 4 this right vertical line over to the left. So I'm just trying to kind of block out this front view here. Okay, then what I can do is I can trim this back. I don't need that. There's a line there. Okay, then I can offset by a distance of 3.25 this line over to the left. And now I can also offset by 2.75 the same line over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a line from this end of this line to the end of this line. So our tool holder kind of goes over to the left, it kind of angles up to the right, and then it goes straight over. So I'm looking at this 3.5. Let me trim this piece and this piece. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to trim this here. Erase this. I'm going to trim this piece. This piece goes to here and stops. I'm going to trim that piece. Erase this piece. I'm trying to clean this up so I don't have so many lines going all over the place. And now I can offset by 3.5. Enter this line over to the left. I already did that, didn't I? No, I didn't. Let me offset 3.5. It was playing tricks on me. So there, that's what I want to do. So now I'm just going to draw a line from this corner up to this line here, right? And then let me erase this. I can trim out this piece, and this, and this, and that, and that. There we go. So now we're kind of rolling there. So that's kind of some of our front view. Then I'm going to offset. Let me draw a line from this end. Let me go. I'll just go up. I'm going to offset this 2 units over to the right. I'm going to extend this down. Trim out this. So this line here is going to be a hidden line. So I just selected it. I'm going to make it a hidden line. Now I can erase this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I know there's like a little extruded circular feature that rises up here. So I guess what I could do is I could offset this line by 0.25. So I know the height of that is there. But I'm going to go ahead and start drawing the top view so that I can kind of figure out where that kind of hole goes better. So I'm going to start another line from this top corner, and it's going to go over 7 and then down by 2.5 over 7. Type in C for close, and then I can just kind of extend some of these lines here. That one goes there, from here to here. It has a distance of 1 in the middle with 0.75 on the side. Okay, so I'm going to offset 0.75 here and there. And this should be 1. Let me check. Yeah, okay, so I can fillet this. You can fillet or trim that out, however you want to do it. And then trim this middle line there. So that's going to go through like that. And then there's going to be a line from here straight up all the way across. I'm going to trim out these. There's going to be a line here that's hidden underneath. I'm going to trim out that. I'm going to change this to a hidden line. I just clicked it, selected it. Click hidden line up here in the pull down layers there. This one I don't need this little, I'm going to trim out that little snubby piece. Snubby piece. All right, so now to create this circle here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a circle. And how can I best do this? Let me just draw a circle that has a diameter of, actually that has a radius. I might do a circle with a radius of 0.75. Wait, let me try that again. You didn't see all that, so let me do this again. I'm gonna go circle. I'm gonna select the center point first. I'm just gonna draw randomly over here. Now I'm gonna type in the radius is 0.75. All right, so now what I can do is to move this in place, I'm gonna move this circle from the quadrant here to the middle of this line there. And if you don't have all that turned on over in your object snaps, just make sure you have your quadrant is checked, your midpoint is checked. Usually go with endpoint as well, center, tangent, intersection. Those are probably the ones that I always usually have turned on or checked. All right, so then what I want to do is I'm going to draw a line from this endpoint to the tangent of this circle here. You can see a little circle with a little line on top pop up. That tells you you're at the tangent point. So I'm just going to click that, hit escape. I'm going to draw a line from this corner up to the tangent as well. And then we can trim out this half circle. I can actually trim out this and this, erase this. And then there's two more circles I need. So this is going to be a circle from the diameter, has a diameter of 1.25. So I'm going to use the diameter option. And the center of it is going to be the center of where this arc is now. So I'm just going to hover my mouse over to get that little plus that pops up. And I'm going to drag this out. This is going to be, what did I say that was? 1.25. And then I'm going to create another circle with this diameter option, same center, and this is going to be 0.75 diameter, like so. Is that in the center? Let me check this. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, it looked kind of off a little bit. Anyway, my eyes are playing tricks on me. So there's that. There's our top view. Let me make sure that we got everything. So what I could do here is I am going to go up to annotate. I'm going to click on my center mark. Click this. I can click this circle here, the outside one, and that covers them all. So there's that. And then I can project the quadrants of this down. So draw a line from the quadrant here down, from the quadrant of this all the way down, from the quadrant of this all the way down, because that hole goes all the way through this part. And then from here, just kind of past the top face there. I don't know what I got going on with this crazy line here. This one, I don't need that. Anyway, so then I can trim out these. I can trim out this and this and this. Also, I noticed that my background is turned white, which I hope that's not too hard to see for y'all, but trim out these. And then, so this line and this line is going to be a, click on home. It's going to be a hidden line. There's going to be a line down the middle there. And I can BR for break. I'm going to break like the top of that line off here. This line needs to be a center line. And I don't need this line or that line. Actually, this here needs to be on the center line too. See, center layer. So here. So there's that. Okay, so now we just need to do our right side view. And that's going to be the tricky one because there's a lot of hidden lines going on behind the scenes there. But we'll get this. All right, so also I noticed that I need to have a radius of 0.5 of these corners here. So I'm just going to type in F for fillets, press enter. And then I'm going to type in R for radius. And then so that radius is going to be, what I say that was, 0.5, press enter. So I'm going to round off these two lines and press enter and select these two lines and hit the escape key. So there is that. And then now we can concentrate on our right side view. But I think what I want to do is, I probably should have done this from the start. I'm just going to right click. I'm going to turn my background to black. I'm just going to go restore classic colors here. Hit apply. So you're probably like, yeah, you should have started that off from the start, you big dummy. Sorry about that. Let me hit OK here. So that's probably a lot easier to see. Anyway, if I get a lot of complaints, I'll redo it with a black background, but I'm too far into it now to start over. Anyway, so let me shut up and let me just do this right side view. So I'm going to go to my line, go straight up. So this is going to be a height of 2.75, and it's going to go over to this left by 2.5, down 2.75, and C for close. And then I can kind of start projecting some of these lines. So a line from here all the way over, and I can trim out that and that. I'm going to project this line over past my angled line, and this one too, and I can go down. So I'm gonna draw a line from those where it crosses, kind of go down, press enter twice, go down, gonna trim out this, so that is going to be trimmed out, but it's going to be no, that's actually not going to be a hidden line. This is going to be, that's going to be, it's further back, but it's not hidden because you can see it. So I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm trying to decide if this line here, yeah, it is. You'll see a line. It'll be a line there, but it'll be further back. For me, I would probably put it on a lighter line, a lighter continuous line layer, but we don't have any of those, so we're just gonna leave it as that. And then what I want to do is I am going to draw a line from this corner all the way over. That's going to be a hidden line, so I'm going to trim out these. I'm going to change this to a hidden line. You're going to see this kind of raised circle as a hidden line behind it, and then also that hole that goes all the way through is also going to be a hidden line. So let me kind of project the top of this circle over, and then I need to figure out kind of where the edge of this circle goes. I know circle doesn't have an edge, but from this quadrant straight over, from this quadrant straight over, I'm just going to hit this intersection and go down. I don't want to get too many lines going across here because I'll get confused. So from here down, so that is where, let me get my thought here. So yeah, I'm going to fillet radius. I need to put this back to 0, and then I can fillet this, and this is going to only go to that hidden line. You erase this and this. And then these lines, I just selected those lines. Those are going to be hidden because it's behind this angled wall here. And then you're going to see, let me erase this and this. I'm going to project from the quadrant of this inside circle over. Same thing here, over, and go down. go down. So that is gonna go to all the way to the bottom. Just trimming out this. I don't need that or that. This is also gonna be a hidden line. And even though there's a smaller circle behind it, there's no like flat piece to kind of project hidden. So I'm thinking, what else do we need to do? I'm trying to, so if I'm looking here, you're gonna see that, you're gonna see this angled piece. Oh, I need to trim out this right here. That doesn't go there. Get rid of this, get rid of this. I need to draw a center line from here over, down. So I'm just gonna copy, CL for copy, this center line from this intersection to this intersection here. Erase this. Okay, so a few things I need to do. I need to extend this line here, this bottom edge up into our top view. I'm going to trim off this and this. I'm going to change this to a hidden line. I can actually grab this center line, this one, and just kind of drag it all the way through here, because that's the same. It's like symmetric on both sides, and you could all do the same for this one here, but I'm gonna leave that there. Oh, I don't need this anymore. Get rid of that. So, and then we could also go to annotate. We could do a center mark on these arcs here. So there and there. I could change these layers to, go to home. That would be center, like so. And I think we're good there. So now what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna go up to layer properties. I'm gonna turn off this miter box. What if I turn off model space too? What does that do? Yeah. So I turned off those two. So there is our kind of completed views for our tool holder. So I hope that helped, and yeah, let me know. Leave me some comments, good or bad. Hopefully mostly good, because nobody likes bad comments, right? So I hope to see you back in the next lesson. All right, peace out.